Right, folks. How many of you out there in BVM land have heard of Sterling Insurance? Well, you're going to be hearing a lot more about them over the next few weeks or so, because Sterling Insurance have given me a sponsorship. They are challenging me to buy a van and to turn it into a camper van. What do you think to that, June?
Can I reserve judgment?
June wants to reserve judgment on me converting a van into a camper van.
Will our marriage survive it?
I think so. I'm going to make us a little love nest on wheels, lover, so we can tour the country, meeting different kinds of people, eating different kinds of food, seeing different kinds of sights in this van.
Can I take the dogs?
We can take the dogs. We'll get the cages in so we can make room for the dogs.
Okay.
So Sterling Insurance, I would like to thank you for putting my marriage at risk, because when all's said and done, although I'm handy with my hands, I do tend to shout a lot, throw hammers and have a mardy. Yes, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much to Elliot as well, who has worked behind the scenes to secure this sponsorship, this brand deal with Sterling Insurance. Sterling Insurance have over 30 years of experience in the business, and I don't think they're going to come across anything like me before. But hopefully they've been watching my videos and seeing that the entertainment value is second to none. So what it is, folks, I'm going to get on the internet, I'm going to tippy-tappy about, I'm going to try and find a medium wheelbase van with a higher roof. It's got to have a roof on it, because if it weren't a roof it'd be a tipper or an open back truck thing. And I'm going to do my best to put a bed in it, a portaloo, a hob, a sink, gas, water, and have just a good go at it. Do you know what? I honestly haven't got a clue what this is going to turn out like. But I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to go for it.
It's turned out quite fortuitous for us, hasn't it? Because we were talking about buying a caravan. We were going to buy a caravan and hook it up to the blue van. But I wanted to have a go at a camper van, but June was saying, like, before all this came out, that she's going, no, because she'll just end up shouting and throwing things. We'll have a row.
We'll have a row, and that'll be it. But Elliot sent me an email the other day, or a message on, he says we've got this thing that could happen, and with Sterling Insurance, and we're going to go for it. So watch this space, folks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this video. I'm going to get on the internet. I've got my MacBook ready. I'm going to phone around a few places, see what they've got. I have got a budget. It's not a limitless pot of money, and I'm just going to see. I'm going to show basically if for a novice camper van converter, if they can do it, and hopefully encourage people, and then hopefully people will use Sterling Insurance. That's what they're there for. That's what they're good at. If they've been around for 30 years or so, they must be all right. I've read some of the reports on them. I do a bit of a review, and they look pretty good to me. So watch this space. I think it's going to be very interesting, isn't it, June?
Yes, that's one word for it.
So thank you once again to Sterling Insurance. Thank you to Elliot for sorting this out, and I'll see you in a second. Right, folks, I've been on the internet. I've phoned a few garages. I'm not going to bore you with all that phoning on the internet and looking on eBay or commercial vehicle companies. I found a place called, I've known of this place for a while, and they've always had good reports, because I do like to go through the reviews of these places. And it's Leicester Van Centre Limited. I've spoken to a guy called Rav. I've explained the situation to him. I just phoned up on the off chance that he might have something that wasn't, you know, like, it's more like a part exchange and they're trying to get rid of them, because I know a lot of these companies do this. Anyway, he's got a Ford Transit, medium wheelbase with the high top. The only problem is it's silver. Well, that ain't a bad thing, because I want it to be more stealth-like. It's an old builders company's van, so he's told me. It's done 148,000. It's been serviced every year to the day, kind of thing. Anything that's ever needed done on it, it's been done, obviously. I mean, sometimes companies will leave it, but anything that's needed to be done at that time, it gets done. He showed me some pictures, and it looks quite smart. And so I've drove over to Forest Road in Leicester to Trade Van Centre. I'm going to go and have a word with him now, and we'll see what it's like. Happy days. Right then, folks, so first impressions is this. Very clean. Got all the bits and bobs on the steering wheel. That. Your standard radio, aircon. These seats are immaculate. Take that bulkhead out and we'll go from there. Right, let's fire her up. Not a lot of diesel in, but that's all right. For some reason my knob's on upside down. We can handle that. Right, I'm going to take it for a ride. Right, so I've just took it for a quick ride. I don't know what we're doing that for. It's very good. It's the brakes react to it, and I'm impressed. Really impressed. I like it already. So this is it, folks. You'll see the front. I don't want to show the front because I don't want to give the number plate away. But it's a typical builder's van. There's a few dents and bits and bobs on it. See what I mean? It's been painted up. It looks smart. I'm going to do the sound deadening on it. I'm going to hopefully put a bed here at the back for me in June. I'm going to put a sink and a hob in it as well. A bit of storage. I'm going to try and make something where we can slide a porta potty, then pull that out. Hopefully that'll be storage underneath at a later date. Hopefully what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to take the panelling out. I'll put the soundproofing back in, put soundproofing and stuff in it, and then I will use the same panelling to save a few pounds. It's got nice wheels. There is absolutely, you know, for a van of this age, like I say, I'm just keeping the and that's it. So this is the new project, folks. This is it. This is the camper van, a conversion sponsored by Sterling Insurance. I hope they know what they're getting themselves into. Be absolutely brilliant. So I'm back after my little joyride around in it. Absolutely loved it. This is the one, I think. I've stuck some tape over it so my number plate can't be cloned. But no, I'm well happy with this. I'm going to have a chat with the bloke, get it all sorted and make the deal today, I think. Be all good. How you going, mate? All right, this is Rav. Hello, mate. You're at Leicester Trade Van Centre.
How'd you get on with it?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Fantastic.
I'll tell you what, it don't seem a van that's how old? 10?
It's a 10-year-old vehicle. Predominantly our vans are far newer.
Yeah.
Normally 17 plate onwards. It's coming as a part exchange, so it's only had the one previous owner from brand new.
So
so it's been well looked after. It's the desirable trend model, so you get the slightly better.
Yeah, I saw the trend on the back door.
That's it. So you'll get like air conditioning, parking sensors, cruise control.
Yeah.
A few nicer features, which is always nice, especially if you're going to convert the van. So yeah, it's 5,250 plus the VAT.
Yeah.
If you're happy with it, Dave, we'd love to work with you.
We'll do it now, mate. I'm more than happy. I loved it. It's. I mean, obviously, I've got my own Transit.
Yeah.
So I do love a Transit. My dad's always had them. So yeah, we'll do it,
reliable
mate.
vans, especially this generation of vans.
Yes.
Very rarely they go wrong, and when they do go wrong, if they were to, they're not costly to put back on the road.
They were made in Southampton, weren't they, mate?
There you go.
Exactly. Right, let's do the paperwork, mate.
Fantastic.
Okay.
To the office.
Yeah. Cheers, buddy. Right. So there he is. Look, already.
Come through, Dave.
Cheers, mate. Got the old screen up before anybody notices or moans. Right, so there's all the paperwork. There's lots of history there, isn't there?
There's plenty of service paperwork here, Dave.
Good stuff.
For you, your HPI report, which clarifies that the vehicle's purely HPI clear.
Yeah.
There's no issues with previous history on it.
Brilliant.
It's got a fresh MOT on it. It's freshly been serviced, so it's good to go.
It is, isn't it?
You very well.
Right, I'll stop recording, do the big things of paying it, and everybody's happy. Thought I'd treat myself to a t-shirt with the new van and the logo of Sterling Insurance. What do you think? Right, so this is it, folks. This is where the hard work starts now. This is where I have to stop twatting about and get on with what I've been paid to do. I'm going to strip the back out of this. I'm going to clean it all down. I'm going to look for any signs of rust. I will then be painting them. I'm going to try and get the bulkhead. Well, I won't try. I will get the bulkhead out. That thing at the front there. And crack on. I think I'm going to have a cup of tea. Nah. Now, a trick my dad always taught me. When you're taking stuff out like this, when we used to fit double glazing, people tend to take out the top one. But if you leave the top one and take everything else out, right, it still hangs up there. It don't just fall on the floor. Don't worry, folks. I'm not going to leave this at this speed all the while. I'm going to speed it up. Ready? Go.
This is going to be boring. All right.
Right, folks. It's a bit warm, that it is. Now, as you can see, I've got most of the panelling off. I'm going to show you a few little problems I've come up against. The people who actually kitted the van out, who panelled the van, they've basically screwed straight into the metal, which is okay up there. Yeah, I suppose in theory it's okay. But what they did actually do, where I had the panelled round the wheel arches, they've done that. They've drilled straight into the fucking metal. So I'm going to have that sorted. They've done it on that side as well. That side's not as bad. But I'm going to have to take that and get that sorted. Or all the work that I'm going to do in here could be for nothing in a future time, in a later date, because these have rotten through. Now, Transits are well known for rotting shit like this. So I just honestly can't honestly understand why they've done that. So I'm going to have to go and get that sorted. But what I'll do is I'll crack on, clean it all down and move on. It's the only thing I can do. It's one of the, I mean, they've drilled into the bloody floor. I mean, what kind of a, I mean, do you know what? I mean, yeah, that's who did it. Oh, well, that's who's on the board. So your name's against it. I mean, I just cannot honestly believe why they've drilled through the floor. If this would have been me, and this is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to fix some battens of wood in the grooves and then sit this back on top of it. I just don't understand. What kind of an idiot does that? Who drills into metal of a van like that and then thinks it's going to be okay? You've just devalued your van by God knows how much. You numpties. Absolutely unbelievable. So like I say, I'm going to crack on and then I'm going to take that up to my mate and see what he says, and just hope it ain't going to cost too much to do, because I'm a bit gutted about that, to be fair. But this is the whole idea of this camper van project. This is to show what kind of problems you're going to come up against when you buy a second-hand van that's done as well, that's about 10-year-old. I want to crack on a bit more video in for you, and we'll go from there. Can't even find the bloody screws. Right, folks. So I took all the panelling out. I'm just going to nip up to my mate's now so he can have a look at that bit of rust that needs sorting. I'm just going to clean the rest of this out, then we'll find out what needs to be done, and then I'll be back and excuse me, I've just downed some sparkling water, and then we'll go from there, see what needs to be done. See you in a bit. Right. The bad news is it needs welding, it needs sorting. There's not a lot more I can do until it's sorted. I am not a welder, I haven't got the equipment to do welding, so I've been up to see the lads at Robinson's garage in a place called Baron Saw. I've had a word with the lad there and he's going to do it for me. Excuse me, I've just been drinking fizzy water. So I've got to take that up there Monday, and they're going to do it for me. They're good lads up there. They don't rip you off or nothing. I've been going there for years, but I just haven't got the equipment or the know-how how to do welding, and that's just it. That's it. It's just one of them things. Apparently it's a common fault now, these companies that do these van panelling things, they do just drill straight into the wheel arches. It's just not very bright, not very clever one bit. He also mentioned about the drilling into the floor of the van. What I'm going to do there, I'm just going to mastic the holes up. It won't It's not. Oh shit! The door's nearly shut, and I ain't got my keys on me. I don't want to be locked out, do I? Gin, she won't hear me. I'd have to phone her up. She's only upstairs. Yeah, it's just one of them things where they've drilled into the floor. It won't cause any problems. I'll just mastic the holes up, and then I'll do the floor properly, as you will see. Right, folks. Had to have a day off yesterday from doing this, so back on with it. Things to do, other things, but back on with it today. So where I am at the moment is I've just gave all the floor a good scrubbing. Can't beat a good scrubbing, can you? I've got most of the concrete that was up, that was in the grooves. I am now going to hoover it out. I will be then washing the panels down. I'm going to leave them panels on for now because I've got nowhere to put them. It just means I keep taking them in, out, I'm shaking them all about, and I'm just getting nowhere. So I'm going to leave them on, and that one on. Take it up to my mate in the garage on Monday. He's going to do the welding. So at the moment, I'm just going to do a bit of hoovering. She's a bit like Henry, only Hetty. You ready? So as you can see, I've given it a wipe down, soap and water, fairy liquid and hot water. I've got most of it up. I'm just going to go over it now with some of this. Got it from B&Q, cost £3, heavy duty cleaner and detergent, degreaser, sorry. I ain't got my glasses on and I can't there we go, degreaser. So it's for hobs, ovens and kitchen sinks, and hopefully transit vans that are being converted into campers by Blue Van Man with a sponsorship by Sterling Insurance. And hopefully then that'll be all ready for Monday to take it up to a garage I know in a village called Robinson's, and they can do all the welding. Right, I'll tell you what, I'll let you see me doing a bit of cleaning as well. There we go. I bought these everyday cloths. Don't know if they're everyday or what. There's only 5 in there, so obviously you're off at the weekend. So let's see how this stuff goes. I don't know if I can turn the pigging nozzle. There we go. Does that spray? Ooh, look at that. Got a good spray on it. show you my first injury. It's pretty serious. I don't know whether I should go and take the time and go down to the NHS. I've got yellow knees from kneeling in the back of the van. I got out the side of the van there on my knees. I don't know why I was on my knees. I should have got up and scraped my shin down the side of the door. So what do you reckon, folks? I think we'll have to do an injury. I think we'll have to do a thing on injuries. Oh look, England badge. To see how we get on. Rate my injuries. That'd be a good one. So this is the end of the first episode of the van conversion, sponsored by Sterling Insurance. So as it stands now, I've cleaned all the van out, I've stripped it all down. It's just got to go and get its welding done. I'm sure I've mentioned the welding. The welding has really, really, really wound me up. But this is it now. So this is it. I'm going to have a word with the lads as well to see if they can grind off that bit of cement there so I can make it all nice and flat. Then I will be getting it back on Monday or Tuesday, hopefully, and cracking on. Hopefully that'll be welded up. I'm going to take that paneling off. I'm going to go in now and I'm going to order some sound deadening and some insulation for the van, and then I've got to get some 2B1 so I can panel the floor. I'll put a board on the floor, then I've got to panel the outside of the van, put these panels back up. I'll remove them panels off the door as well, but like I've said, I'm actually limited for space where I can keep stuff, so I don't upset June. We've got the problem with the tip that you have to book into the tip. I'd rather build up a bit of rubbish and then take it to the tip all in one, but there it is. So thanks for watching, folks. Please come back and watch again. It's going to get entertaining. I just know it is.